Golden Globe winning comedian. Sing along, would you please, Mike?
Certainly, absolutely.
You totally missed your cue. The ball.
Well, I thought maybe you would give me the cue before you moved the ball. I was do re mi.
Do re mi.
Right. So
The
that's
first
how.
three notes just happened to
A
be
pizza singer.
do re mi.
I'm
Do re
not
mi fa sol
sure
la ti do ti ta so fa mi re
if our YouTube is up. Well, we're gonna move on. Mike, probably time to do our theme song. So everybody sing along. We're warmed up and good. Follow along with the bouncing Golden Globe. Mike will lead us in song. He doesn't know the words or the tune. Neither do you. So sing along, everybody. Hold on, Ian in the room. And go ahead, Mike. Follow.
Come on, everybody.
Come on, everybody.
It's time for the
apocalypse.
We invited all our friends.
Good friends like
you.
Like you. So
come
on, everybody. Everybody, it's
time for It's time for
God, that was beautiful.
Dun dun dun.
I think we did that. I think that's
Welcome
definitely.
to the show. I'm in my.
That's our theme
to
song.
go with the black shirt all by itself. Put on a little Gunther Tootie bowling shirt in memory of a diner that went bust even before. That's how bad their business model was. They
Our business model working. We've got customers.
Welcome to the people. Here
rolling in, joining us. General admission. Don't forget, you're upstairs in the balcony. VIPs.
Absolutely.
Just check in at the box office, and we'll get you to your VIP seating. Let's move you in over to the box office, everybody.
Make sure that you get your tickets to vending machines. So
remember,
is on duty to help you.
Absolutely no fees. We pay your Eventbrite fees, everybody. So, just relax, be cool, have fun. Yep. That's Gladys, our cashier. Gladys
Frolicky
is
two-time Guinness Book of World Records holder.
Yes. Fastest items per minute at the Piggly Wiggly on Bardstown Road in Louisville, Kentucky. And Mike?
Also, fastest time to do the entire staff and bring them to climax in under 7 minutes.
Right. Gladys can navigate
while using one hand on the cash register, I might add.
Yeah, one hand on the cash register and one hand on the cashola. Standards. Our resident.
I'm just saying, she's multi-talented.
We'll take them. And then Caleb and folks, virtual balcony for general admission seating. We've got you a great seat up there.
We're grateful for those people as well.
And if you don't know, we donate a portion of ticket sales. And this is super important why we're so glad you are spending some time with us. We donate a portion of ticket sales to Elevating Connections. And we also invite Stacey Sanders to come by and tell you all about it. So Stacey Sanders, can you tell us about Elevating Connections? People are clapping for you.
Yeah, I would.
Stacey Sanders, everybody.
Well, thank you, Chuck Roy. I love to talk about Elevating Connections, so I always appreciate the opportunity. So I'm the founder and executive director. We are celebrating 5 years of reuniting siblings separated in foster care and raising youth voice for older youth who have aged out of the system, out of foster care, and need connection and opportunity to find their voice. We do that through poetry, art. We're adding comedy this fall. Very excited about that. And we give the opportunity for siblings to spend more time together. I do a lot of advocacy and education around that. And thanks to the support of Chuck Roy, Colorado Comedy Shows, Mike Langworthy, we have raised some money this summer. And we have a sibling event coming up at Saturday, and the last donation that came in, paying the fee for that. So we're reuniting some siblings. Yep. I know.
Right?
Pretty cool.
So that means little kids getting together with their brothers and sisters.
I don't like to take credit for things, Stacey. But we're pretty.
I know you don't.
Important people in your life right now.
We really.
I don't. I'm sorry.
You
I
do
don't-
pretty good things, Stacy, but we're goddamn amazing. is what
Yeah,
Mike-
I mean,
You are goddamn amazing. Because here's the deal. I could have this amazing idea to start an organization. I can't do it by myself. I have volunteers. I have the community that steps up to raise money for us and donate. So without all of you, I'd be sitting in my living room watching
Right,
God knows
well,
what tonight.
we're glad to do it, and we'll talk about some of your events later on in the show. I have a special surprise for you. We're going to go back to the very first Elevating Connections birthday party.
Woohoo!
Oh, I can't wait for
It might
that.
not be a real photo
This
of
is the balcony
Elevating
seating.
Connections birthday party.
It's the balcony seating. You'll probably see Blondie there, who is a little, she's out of work since the Blondie strip was canceled, so she's waiting on people in the balcony.
Right.
From Michigan, so please excuse the automatic weapons.
Right. Mike, if I see that curtain, it's got to be time for the most amazing thing that ever happens on Sunday nights at 7 o'clock on September 6th on 2020. It's the ApocaLips Comedy Show. People are clapping.
Hey, you know what that sound is? That's the
Goddamn
sound of
fun.
150 million people crying because they couldn't get into the show tonight.
Right. We have a comfortable capacity of 75 folks. I'm not going to oversell it. You know, we just want it to be a nice little showroom, intimate and good for you. Mike, we do have sponsors. We've got plenty of comedy, and we'll get right to it, Mike. But we should bring up, we've got new sponsors. Plan to vote, please. That's our sponsor. So if you don't mind, please make a plan to vote. No matter how you vote,
register.
we think
If
it's
you know somebody who's
important.
not registered, get them to register.
Right. That's, you know, you do you, and we just say, make a plan to vote, please.
Woo!
Thanks for doing that. That's really
I'm doing a wheelie of joy of people registering.
Mike, it brings out the Ferrari only on the big sponsorships. So that worked out pretty good. If you've never seen our show before, Mike and I just tend to tell one little story, and then we introduce you to a bunch of comedians. We come up with the show in the writing room. This is the Colorado Comedy Show's writing room. You can see
Excuse me, Chuck.
gorgeous Rocky Mountains in the back. Right. Oh, Mike.
Chuck, wait.
Want to get right
There is
to you.
something blocking the view of the mountains. What is that?
It couldn't be your Golden Globe, Michael Langworthy.
No, I'm off to the side with my Golden Globe.
Right.
I don't like to show off.
Gosh, I don't.
Somewhere in the
This
back
is embarrassing.
Oh, you know what it is? I just
Am I
recognized
blushing?
it.
I think
It
my
is
cheeks
your
match my
Kennedy
top.
Center Award.
It's my Kennedy Center the award for innovation in teaching. I
I
can't.
feel bad
believe
for
it.
you
This
that
is
that's embarrassing you.
Whew, sorry, I left that out there,
Oh,
everybody.
geez.
We'll move on. Today, for you guys, we planned a virtual barbecue, so we should just get right out to the backyard. There's plenty of entertainment throughout the show and lots of barbecue fun. Mike, maybe should we play?
Yep.
You want to play some softball with
This
the
is a
game?
picture of my father encouraging me to do better in school.
Right. And that's just the way.
I'm just out of frame.
Right. I think that's my favorite Twinks dad trying to take a bat to my head. We should get out of here. Look, on a great Labor Day, we like to play cornhole. So I thought I'd take you over to, this is Mike's backyard, part of his backyard.
It's part of it.
Mike likes French gardens, and so
Who doesn't?
put a French garden around his cornhole court. And the way the cornhole bags work on the ApocaLips, everybody, is the louder you cheer, the closer to the hole Mike will get. So he's got 3 bags. A lot of people just use little sandbags. Mike likes to use money bags.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
gotta do something with the
anything
cash.
about him, but feel free to cheer as loud as you can, and we'll see if Mike
Unmute
can
yourselves and cheer.
get the right. If you can unmute yourself, it's you do you, but we'll just see. So everybody on the count of 3, start cheering. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, that
Come on,
was
you call that cheering?
that was a good one, guys. That went about 1.5 feet. It really had some loft to it. But only 1.5 feet. So
No, the problem was that bag was filled with paper money, so I couldn't get the.
right. No heft on that. Next one is a bag of nickels. So let's
Absolutely.
get everybody cheering again a little bit louder.
Left
if you
over from
can,
my wife's
please.
day as a whore.
And here we go, everybody. 1, 2, 3. You're cheering.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it closer.
Better.
You got it closer, everybody.
Better.
Good job. Paul Conyers really led the battle on that. Thank you so much. Halfway to the cornhole. That's what I call Friday night. All right.
Hello.
Hang a little more cheering, and we'll see if Mike can't get his last.
You can take that 2 ways, Chuck.
So on the count of 3, you're cheering. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
Oh, you really?
Oh, yeah, baby.
You threw that one really fast, Mike. That was like a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
I'm just saying.
Beeline, right to, and you're right on the edge of
those were doubloons.
The hole. So wow, those were doubloons. So getting closer. All right, there's mine if you could see it. Instead of having a bag, I just have a little twink to toss. So I need you guys to yell.
Favorite pastimes.
All I need you guys to do is
Twink
chant. You don't have to yell. Just say, "I twink, I can. I twink, I can." Okay. 1, 2, 3. I twink, I can.
Twink, I can.
I twink, I can.
There he goes.
Oh,
wow. You did it, everybody. You totally
Wow.
did it. My,
rigged.
I'm up
This
by
is why
1.
people don't believe in elections. It's all rigged.
I need you to a second one.
The twink disappearing into a hole. Who would have thought that was possible?
Hey guys,
You're good.
Hello, Jonathan.
I twink, I can.
I don't have the camera set up yet. I'll be on camera soon.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for coming in. You
Boy.
just missed possibly the lowest point in the history of the ApocaLips Show.
Darn.
If you don't mind.
Or the highest. It all depends on your point of view.
Can't again. I twink, I can.
Does it have anything to do with Mike's bowling shirt?
There he goes.
No, it does not. Twink, I can. I twink, I can. Oh, ooh. It's too bad.
We forgot to yell. We missed. We really missed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we didn't. Yeah.
Where'd you get that shirt, Mike?
I got it from a 50s style diner called Gunther Tootie's.
Long time ago or like recently?
Jonathan, there's a show.
Couple of years.
If you don't mind. Jonathan, if you don't
What?
mind. We have one
Doing a
last.
show here.
We have a show.
Oh, I'm sorry. We've started. I didn't know if we'd started. Sorry. Oh, look, everybody. I was on
all
the
right.
wrong screen. I thought it was
Well,
you
that's
and Chuck. I'll shut up.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Hi,
Appreciate
Paul. Hi, Caleb. Hi, everybody.
Tonight Show veteran. You should have seen him on the Tonight Show when he just walked out in the middle of the monologue. It was like, "Hey Jay, what do you think of my guy?"
Yeah. Jay, just remind me, Jay, when am I supposed to be on?
One fast swing. This bit is taking 20 times longer than possible. Everybody, I twink, I can. I twink, I can.
Twink, I can. I 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 twink, I can.
I twink, I can.
Oh, sorry.
Oh God, we almost.
That last
One
row
to
was a little
nothing.
flaccid.
1-0, longest bit over. I'm laughing that hard during the bit. Yeah, I'm very sorry. Mike and I are back on stage. We have comedians to introduce you to. Mike, we have a shit ton of great comedians tonight.
Oh, I know.
This thing is ridiculous. This show is ridiculous. Jonathan, you're wonderful. Don't you? Apology accepted. We got a great show
Not necessary, but accepted.
of prizes. I'm gonna.
Oh my God, this is my new favorite guy.
Right, but
Win, lose or draw, this guy is going to be different than anybody else you see tonight.
I haven't seen the. I don't have him in the list, so I'm gonna scoot ahead by one, Mike.
Oh geez, all the big buildup. Well, maybe he'll be here later.
Right. Well, look at us back on stage, Mike. We can work with him.
Well, this is another guy who's great. I love this guy too.
Of course, the next guy's great.
So,
right in the backyard is.
in case you were wondering how funny a guy with a name that's reminiscent of one of our darkest periods, World War II. Please welcome Von Sprecken, ladies and gentlemen. Von
Bam,
Sprecken.
Von Sprecken, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. What's up, everybody? It's good to be here. I'm working on my clean comedy, so this is the cleanest joke I've ever written. Let me know how it goes. I hope I have identical twin boys, so I can name the first one Reese and the second one Maurice. Oh. If we have triplets, we'll name the third one Even Maurice. We'll name the fourth one, if there's a fourth one, Dear God, Please No Maurice. And if there's a fifth one, I'm gonna call him I Can't Believe It's Not Reese. Yeah, that because okay. Actually, can I change my answer? I just want twins and I just want Reese and I Can't Believe It's Not Reese because I'm just a big fan of I Can't Believe It's Not Butter, but I don't feel accomplished unless I've created not only one thing, but the same thing with half the calories, and we will find a way. Okay. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to the serious issues now, guys. Depression, that's right. Tragically overlooked in many cultures. Most people don't know that suicide affects up to 1 in 6 of Russian roulette players. I told that joke at a bar one time, and a guy in the front's just like, too many, man, too many. And I was like, no, that's the right amount. I don't fact check all my jokes, but if I can count it on my hands, trust, I did it. I did the math. I've had depression before, but I think it's a weird problem to solve. It's no wonder, like, people get tight around the subject because it is kind of a strange problem. Like, I think it's kind of a new problem in history. Like, our ancestors didn't deal with it as much. Like, our emotions developed in a more primitive time, and I don't think they're designed to live with the kind of failure we have to deal with all the time today. Like, our primal ancestors never had to come home and be like, man, I sucked at running from lions today. No, they didn't have to deal with that and then be embarrassed about it again tomorrow, you know? Like, nowadays we do it all the time. I'll be at a place like, I've met this guy like 5 times and still can't remember his name. It feels like I should run. Why am I not running? You know, like, that's a pretty typical day. So if I feel like depressed or anxious, it's helped to remember that times have changed, which is like supposed to be what our logical brain is for, right? Like, we're supposed to be able to think about this stuff. The problem is like the logic and the emotional part don't always talk to each other right. They don't speak the same language. Like, logic can understand numbers, and it's like, wow, I'm 1 out of 7 billion people. What is that as a percentage? Wow, look at all those zeros before we get to me. Like, I am tiny. The emotional part's just like, how do I run from that? And it has no idea. How do you? Logic doesn't know what to tell it. He's just like, I don't know, run in circles or something. So I do. And actually, it works really well. I recommend it. It's you should just run in circles. It sounds crazy, but people are like, how do you stick with a workout routine? They don't understand. I am literally running from my problems, okay? If you ever see me just like out there looking real motivated, just know it's because in my head, I'm just like, the economy can't catch me. Like, it's a really useful thing. I recommend it. I found out, speaking of like crazy voices in your head, I found out recently, some people actually hear helpful voices in their head, like schizophrenic people. We only hear about the ones that hear bad voices, right? Because they end up on the news because like they heard voices that tell them to, you know, kill someone or light a fire or run for political office or something awful. But some people actually hear like helpful, supportive, you know, wouldn't it be great if every dude on the street corner just had a little, just like, hey, don't forget to shower today. Hygiene's important. I would like that. You know, no one else can hear me and it's not their problem. You don't have to make it their problem, you know? Also, you know, they'll say things like, that's a horrible impression of me. Why'd you make me sound Irish? We both know I'm Mexican. Maybe you're right. They'll think you're racist. Oh, no me crees, señor. No crees que un gringo puede tener un voz mexicano en su cabeza. Thank you. It's so hard to find a crowd that really appreciates how hard it is to speak Spanish in an Irish accent. I appreciate you guys so much. Anyway, I'm going to do a quick impression for you guys. This is, it's the song Stairway to Heaven, but it's from God's point of view. He goes, Jesus, there's people in our basement. Anyway. Then Jesus is just there like, God, you don't have to yell. I'm right here, you know? Do you think, like, technically, like, God is Jesus's dad? Do you think he told him dad jokes? Like, I like to think that they have that dynamic, right? You know, like, Jesus gets back from earth and he's like, Dad, I was just on earth and it was not good. He's like, whoa, son, don't need to be so cross, you know, just messing with it. Like, really, Dad, now? And he's like, yeah, I mean, look, say what you want about the Romans. It was a horrible thing they did, but you have to admire their execution. You just can't stop. You can't help it. I was always worried, like God seems kind of like one of those Hollywood parents, you know, like he sends his kid off to do stuff and he just kind of takes all the credit, like Lindsay Lohan or Britney Spears' mom, right? Like as soon as he got Mary pregnant, you know, he was like, hell yeah, I just made a profit. See, still doing dad jokes. I never stopped. It was never going to A lot of people think like it is the apocalypse. They think that like this is the end times. Jesus is coming back soon. I think that sounds horrible. Socially distanced Jesus should not be a thing. I don't want to see him try to get famous on YouTube. You know, he's just like, eat of this for it is my body. Drink of this for it is my blood. So don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys. Smash that notification button. Starting a new thing. It's the Holy Spirit Challenge. It's fun. It's like you sneak up on your friend and you throw some water on them and they're baptized now. You saved them. Good for you. Okay, I think that's all the time I have for tonight, but thank you guys for being here. This was really fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Sprecken.
Fun. You know, Jesus didn't know he was the Son of God when he was a kid, you know? So, I mean, there had to be that awkward moment. You know,
Still time for the rest of us.
He asked his mom, Mary, where do babies come from? You know, and then from the other room, you hear a drunken Joseph going, yeah, Mary, why don't you tell them where babies come from? Anyway, you've got me running in circles.
Right.
Wonderful song. Nice to reference it in your joke. What's up?
Mike, you know, we've got a shit ton of comedy. So I want to make sure we get that done.
Okay.
Right. And then hold on 2 seconds, because Chef wanted me to show off like what we're doing as far as our new virtual catering, and then he said he needs a minute.
Okay.
So, you know,
Yes,
why don't we bring up our next comedian? Ned Rice is here and just super darn funny. So, do you want to tell the nice folks about your friend Ned Rice? And then
Ned
we'll
Rice
introduce Ned.
A longtime television writer and stand-up comic who's really very funny and, you know, self-deprecating and rightfully so. And he's just a hell of a guy, a little bit embarrassed by his success, and that's diminishing over time as the unemployment extends. So I think we're going to love him as a group, and I know I do, not in a creepy way, unless you know he's interested. But you know what? I don't want to get into that. Let's bring him on. Ned Rice. He's a very funny man. He's probably 4th or 5th funniest comic in Ann Arbor right now.
Am I on?
Yes, Ned Rice.
You're always on, Ned.
Hey, how about a big hand for your host, Mike Langworthy, hardworking guy?
Woo!
That's enough. Settle down. Take it easy. Mike, I love your shirt jackety thing. When was the Joan Rivers estate sale? Was that this weekend? Because I meant to go. I don't know. Nice look, Mike. That's a very nice look. There's some exciting news today. You may not have heard. The Donald Trump re-election campaign has just chosen their campaign song for the 2020 election. Maybe you've heard of it. It's kind of catchy. Wait, oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Is there a ballot in your bag for me? That is some good stuff. The song they picked that song. Speaking of the election, this is an old joke that many of you know, and it has a new ending. Here's the joke. A man's walking down the street and he sees on a park bench, there's a very old man, and the old man looks feeble and he's crying his eyes out. And the young man says, "Sir, what's wrong?" And the old man who's crying says, I'm married to a young and beautiful woman. She's gorgeous. She's kind and sweet. She's a wonderful cook. And she's madly in love with me. All she wants to do is make crazy mad love to me all day long. And the young man says, "So why are you crying?" And the old man says, "I can't remember where I live." Now, the new ending to the joke is, "Sir, your address is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Mr. President." So that's a joke we'll be hearing a lot more in the new year. So, and try to laugh, okay? It's because it's better than you laugh. So Labor Day weekend, very exciting. I guess we're honoring something called work. Not familiar with that. I spent my Labor Day weekend filing for unemployment. But you know what I feel bad for this year? I feel bad for people that work at appliance stores, because this year the Labor Day sales are just not going to be that impressive. After a summer of looting, it's like our TVs are half off. Really? Got this one for free. What else you got there, Doc? In fact, give me your money. So I think it's going to be a bad weekend for the appliance store people. But and a lot of people will take this opportunity to honor our working men and women by drinking all weekend. So good for you. I don't drink anymore. I quit about 2 years ago. I realized, it's time to make a change. Got to stop this drinking. And the judge agreed. The judge said, "That's a very good idea, Ned. Get your ass out of my jail. You got to start going to meetings." When I was drinking, my drink of choice was a vodka cranberry. I drank a lot of vodka cranberries over the years. Here, how much, you ask? I drank so much cranberry juice, I've never had a urinary tract infection in my entire life. Not even one. Not even a little tingling. Nothing. It's crazy. I just came from an AA meeting. They have AA meetings that are just for comedians. I don't know if you know this. This is actually true. Most of what I'm telling you are horrible lies. This is true. There are AA meetings for comedians. And it's weird because you'll hear someone say, like, "Hi, my name is Jeff. I'm an alcoholic. Where's everybody from?" Because you can't, and before you share, the guy running the meeting says, what do you want me to say about you? So it's kind of different. It's kind of like, I actually went to an AA meeting when I was in LA last year. I was in LA on, I call business, and they have AA meetings in Hollywood. Like I went to one at the Laugh Factory, and honest to God, it's so Hollywood. If you share for too long, you hear the piano music play, like at the Oscars. "Oh, I got to wrap up. Sorry. I'd like to thank my agent for making me an alcoholic." And then at the end of the meeting, they do credits. Everybody, "I'd like to thank Joey for the coffee." So it's very Hollywood. Not really my thing. I drank because I was depressed. Even as a child, I was very depressed. I remember when I was 4 years old, my mother caught me in my sister's bedroom with my head in her Easy Bake Oven. And she said, "Oh my God, how cute is that? Lou, get the camera." My grandpa. So yeah, I started with the drugs and alcohol very young. First time I ever snorted Coke, I used a silly straw. That's how young. That's
Hello.
I got a Fisher Price phone. It's crazy. It's a lifestyle is what it is. And so anyway, I live in Ann Arbor, and it's great. Ann Arbor is a really great town, but it's kind of a big little town. Ann Arbor is kind of a hard place to date. So I went to the personal ad route, and I met this woman, and I started chatting with her. And right away she said, "So how long have you been in AA?" I'm like, wow, this woman is so perceptive. I just said one thing to her, and she can tell I'm in rehab and in recovery just from that single response. And I said, about 2 years ago, I realized I was destroying my life after all the drunk driving arrests and the jail time and the probation, losing my license, all the damage I've done. I realized it's now or never. I'm either going to live or die. And she said, no, I meant, how long have you been in Ann Arbor? So that was, kind of the end. That was kind of the end of that particular date. But it's nice. I have a girlfriend now. I'm actually dating a millennial because I'm kind of a creep. And she's a lovely, lovely young lady. We met cute, actually. She was telling me, yeah, I'm a senior in college. I said, really? I'm a senior too. Yeah, I don't go to college. Just get in the van, okay, honey? Just get in the van. Do you want the candy or don't you? It's very simple. No, she's charming. She's delightful. We have believe it or not, we have a wonderful sex life, which I think would be even better if she would stop texting while we're having sex. Put the phone down, during foreplay, I get it. But during the act itself, I think, and I can always tell when she's in the mood for love too, because she'll kind of give me a look and she'll go, okay, boomer. And that's when I know, that's when it's going to be time. But honestly, my girlfriend, the one thing is she has daddy issues. It's true. She calls me daddy so much in bed. Last night after we made love, I grounded her for 2 weeks and took away her phone. Because you know why? Because kids need rules. That's why. It's important. It's very important. Sometimes people will sometimes ask you a question at a party, like, what superpower would you want? You've probably heard this at some point or other. For me, I would like to be a super delegate. Because unlike regular delegates, a super delegate can vote for any candidate for president they want at the Democratic National Convention. And I think they have X-ray vision too. So super delegates don't have super strength, or they can't fly, but they might help us get rid of Trump. So I think that's kind of cool. And that's really as political as I'm going to get tonight, because I don't do that, Although let's face it, we're living in a time of change. We're living in a time when people have kind of risen up and said enough already. And I think that's a wonderful thing. Like a lot of people now are tearing down statues and memorials to people from the past who maybe weren't such good people, which in theory, I'm all in favor of that. But I got up this morning and noticed that during the night, someone broke into my home and tore down half of my Civil War chess set. And now, wait a minute, these are chess pieces. I don't get it. Yes, General Lee is the king. But I think that's a little excessive. I'm against that. I'm against that. So the good news, there's going to be a Black Lives Matter car in NASCAR next season, which I think is a wonderful thing. But let's face it, NASCAR races are mostly in the South. And if there's a Black Lives Matter car at NASCAR, he's going to get pulled over every lap. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen. You know how fast you were going? Yeah, about 200 miles an hour. It's a race. Why do you always have to bring race into it? That's what's going to happen. I'm absolutely certain of that. Finally, I'm going to leave you on this good note. I read something that just inspired me today. It made me so happy. I saw in the news that some guy from Illinois just became the first blind man to climb to the top of Mount Everest. Isn't that amazing? A blind guy got to the top of Mount. Well, that's what his friends told him anyway. So, hey, look at the view. Oh, sorry, Steve. Let's go do shots. Anyway, hey, happy Labor Day. Thanks for listening, everybody. That's my time. Thank you,
Ned.
I'm all done.
What's this, Chuck? Hello.
Sorry, I had my mic off. This is from Chef to Stacy Sanders at Elevating Connections. She requested more wine during the show. So a little wine,
Hey, thanks a lot.
grapes, a little bread.
Thanks a lot.
Sorry, Ned,
what
not
I
for you. Not for you, Ned.
No, I don't even want that much.
Right.
I'm not sharing it, so.
Let me just call my sponsor real quick. Yeah, they're doing it again. They're doing it again.
Well, next up, Mike, we have a very funny young comedian who appears on the show Dear Comics at the Bar. And I want to introduce you to Emily Cornelius, ladies and gentlemen. A nice round of applause. Emily
Hearing
Cornelius.
from the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, thanks. I'm super excited to be bringing you some comedy tonight in honor of Mike's Grease credit. I will be doing the hand jive during my entire set. So to start things on a lighter note, people have been saying that we're going to experience a civil war. And if that's true, that would mean that Donald Trump would be Abraham Lincoln. And I would have to move to Washington, D.C. to take up acting. Although I'm not quite sure what sort of plays Donald Trump would go to see. He's more of a strip club kind of guy to me. So I'm also considering that line of work. Although Washington, D.C. is not an open carry city, so I will have to explore stripping and concealed carries at the same time. And if that joke made you mad, I get it. Being a voter these days is kind of like being on Zoom, except for the silent majority does have their microphone on. If you all didn't know this, you will be voting at the end of this Zoom show for the best comic. There'll be a poll, but your vote won't matter. The Electoral College actually chose for you. I don't know if you all can tell, but I am eternally young and humble, but I'm 25. So that means that I'm getting to be that age. I realized what my mom was doing when she was my age, and it was my dad.
Oh.
Yeah, my best friend is getting married. I'm going to be in her wedding soon. And I was on Facebook the other day, that good old pit of depression, and I saw the first guy who ever touched my boobs is getting married. And I'm super excited for my Uncle Bill, but I wish I could have gotten a text. That's a joke. He's still single. I'm not married, but I am too old for him. The COVID-19 whole thing is pretty, adjusting to the climate for me hasn't been hard. And I want to tell you that's because COVID-19 kind of reminds me of periods. And I feel that way because, one, they're a little bit contagious. And by that, I mean, one time I was in college, so I came back home and my mom had already started menopause, so she wasn't having her cycle. And I have a dominant uterus. So that means when I came back to school, her period came back again. So they're kind of contagious, but not everybody really gets it. The second thing, you feel it for 2 weeks. It sucks. And the third is a lot of allowed people don't get it. And by loud people, I do mean lawmakers. So speaking of voter fraud, who likes impressions? I have a friend. It's not me, who can do a very, very good impression of the song Zombie by the Cranberries. But you see, it's not me, it's not my family in your head. My next impression will be a little bit less niche, and by a little bit less niche, I mean better. you know, Sarah Palin is just such a very nice lady. And it is sad that she is not a more relevant character in our political scene. I do think that the Alaskan way of life, the hockey mom way, would do very well in these current times, in this current political climate. And by that I mean you put a mask on and you just go out and you do it. My final impression that I'll leave you with is one that I have been able to do for a really long time, and it's my most favorite way to freak out Uber drivers, which was my hobby before this. So what you do is you're sitting in the back seat, you're chilling, it's whatever. Please make the next legal U-turn. Please turn off the car. Please hand Emily the keys. To connect with someone emotionally, please do not speak to your partners. Passengers. I messed it up. Cool. I want to leave. It's my birthday, so I can cry if I want to. And
Yay.
Michael, I'm crying.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Everybody.
Emily.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
to
A
Emily.
lovely way to celebrate it. What
gotta-
are these, Chuck?
Tell you, Mike, Chef felt really bad that Ned didn't get anything special, so he's put this on the grill. Not even sure what it is. Some sort of vegetable medley.
Believe it or not, that's a margarita.
Yeah, hot and spicy margaritas, just the way Ned
Not for the
likes
faint
them.
of heart.
So careful, Mike, get out of the fire there. Stacy's sister Rachel wanted chocolate, so we got these for Rachel. I hope she likes them, and I guess Mike likes them too. And then Stacy, you said more wine, so
Absolutely.
Chef is just attentive. Our virtual catering staff here at Colorado Comedy Shows is just, they're on point. Look at what Chef
Now we're
did
talking.
for your sister.
Breakfast
That-
2 years ago.
Rachel's my friend, but I will.
oh, sorry.
She's my sister in spirit. It's all good, but
Right.
I'll share with her.
Right. So that's for Rachel. Make sure, and then you can share. And then Ned, not for
Brilliant.
you. The other thing was for you. It was just
Really?
Chef thinks you're terrific, Stacy. We appreciate the work you do. So he wanted to spoil you on Labor Day. And gang,
Thank you.
speaking of spoiled, we are spoiled with a lot of great comedians tonight. This next act just has a special that just came out on Amazon Prime Video, and he just got married. How good is this guy's life? Just got married, and he's appearing on the ApocaLips Comedy Show. What a year! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Paul Conyers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a year. It's taken a bit of a dip tonight, but other than that, I mean, I'm so glad to be here though. Mike, you took off your shirt, man. What happened? I
was gonna do a bit. But you know, you're into it.
Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Look, I picked it up for you if you want to wear it again. I've got it right here.
Appreciate that.
I saw you throw it on the ground. I just wanted to.
Yeah.
All right, getting married and doing fucking prop comedy. This is my life.
In your basement.
Yeah. This is the one room I'm allowed to do my comedy in. I wasn't even gonna like make fun of the shirt. I was actually gonna zone in on the fact that you made us cheer 3 times for the cornhole thing, like in that very obviously pre-programmed slideshow. Like, I think it's louder. Like, okay, I guess we'll try. And what do you know? The last time it went in, that was incredible.
What?
Who would have thought? Oh man. Oh
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to the sponsors, like he said. I like that, you know, like go vote, like they said at the beginning of the show, go vote. Doesn't matter who you vote for. I don't care, you know, just go vote. If you are voting for Trump, that's not my thing, but just make sure you mark that calendar. November 10th, you get to that polling. to make your voice heard. You can't sit on this one. The libtards are coming for us. I have a feeling. Yeah. Anyway, really good to be here, guys. Because this is my first show since last Saturday. I got married. I tied the knot. So that's it's pretty cool. Ladies, sorry, snacks off the table. What can you do? Fine. Yeah, it's funny because like everyone kept saying to me like, "Wow, a wedding during a pandemic. This has got to be the worst time for a wedding." It was the best time to do a wedding. Do you know how many like awful relatives that I didn't have to invite under the guise of a pandemic? Like, oh my God, my vaguely racist Uncle Vince. Like, I wish I could have you there to make everyone uncomfortable and sniff the niece's hair again. But no, we have to keep it light. Gonna have to keep it light. Now, listen, guys. When you've been married as long as I have, you learn a few things. Okay? I think if I can just pass something on to the youngsters here, the thing that I've learned is you got to pick your battles. All right. You know, like she wants to watch a cheesy movie that's not really her thing. Just go along. I remember way back when we first got married, she was like, let's rent Mulan on Disney Plus. And I was like, no, it's a little expensive. You know, we did it. You pick your battles. I gave her that one. Then, you know, sometimes she'll say something else like, why are you doing that Zoom show, you idiot? We're supposed to be writing our thank you notes. Like, then I'll stand up for myself. And it's just it's an ebb and flow. It's a give and take. But you gotta pick your battles. So I'm glad I'm here. This is the second time doing this show, and I like it. I like this show a lot more than most Zoom shows that I do. I don't like most of them. Yeah, no, it's very fun. I don't like bombing on Zoom. It's really because like you are just all by yourself, and it's much lonelier than bombing in person, which I didn't expect. But I will tell you very quickly the worst Zoom bomb that I've ever had. It was a little while ago. Like the Zoom shows were just kind of getting going, and my friend booked me on the show, but like he didn't really put me on the flyer, or I didn't really hear anything about it. He was like, hey, should we reschedule? He was like, oh no, I'll just throw you on in the middle. I'm like, okay, great. Well, I come to find out that the show was like a celebration of Black voices in comedy, and he forgot to make it to a theme. And I texted him like as I'm like starting the show starting, like, hey, are you sure you don't want me to like, you know, we could reschedule this? Cause like, and by the way, like, you know, this took place back in June, and I don't know if you were following the news, but that was not an ideal time for a white guy to just insert himself into a Black show. I can just jump in here and tell you about which lives matter. So I was like, listen, man, like, you know, hey, I love my predilection for big butts notwithstanding. I just don't think I'm the right advocate for it. He was like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It was not fine. It was not fine at all. They weren't feeling a word that I said, and for good reason. And here's what I learned. I learned that it's a totally different ballgame when you're getting heckled over Zoom, because like, you know, we're all sharing the same audio feed right now. So if you have something to say, like, we're all going to hear it. And so when you get heckled, like, they just kind of, not only that, but like, you know, now you're not on a stage. Like, this is my home. So they can just pick apart like where I live and who I am as a person. And my camera was turned this way for that show. And I have like a bunch of trophies over here. And again, it wasn't going well. So I just heard the hecklers all start in. And again, I can hear them perfectly. And they were like, hey, where'd you get those trophies from? What are the trophies for? And I actually won them in the World Series of Comedy, but I was like, I'm fucking not telling them that. That is for sure. Like, oh, guys, I'm actually pretty okay. I'm not, you know, on a Zoom show and breaking up diversity, but let's see. I do have I know I got a couple minutes left. I do have an album that just dropped and a special that's on Amazon Prime Video. It's called Above the Fray. If you guys want to check that out, you can stream it on like Apple and Amazon and Spotify, all that stuff, and then you can watch the video. I don't like promoting my stuff. I'm not like good at it yet, and I learned that like my record producer like called me when it first dropped. He's like, I need you to call this radio show. I need you to produce, promote the album. I was like, okay, I've never really done anything like that before. He's like, they throw you lobs, you make it funny, it's gonna be hilarious. You get in, you get out. I'm like, okay, great. I call in. And the guy's like, we're talking to stand-up comedian Paul Conyers, got a new album out. Paul, is it difficult being a straight white male comedian these days? I was like, Jesus, thanks for the like I just wandered onto like Tucker Carlson Tonight or something. Like, and this was a sports show. It was a sports talk. I thought we were going to talk about like, hey, do you think LeBron's going to take the Lakers to a title this year? I didn't think I'd have to like solve like white oppression that I don't even fucking believe in. So I was like, I don't know. You know how easy it is to be a straight white male comic right now? It's real easy. Watch this. Boom, you're done. Like, that's it. Just turn off the webcam. That's it. That's all you got to do. And if you were to say that, oh, I can tell you're white without seeing you, you are part of the problem. All right, you need to reevaluate yourself. Let's see. One last quick story about the Zoom comedy shows. I mean, Zoom comedy shows are tough, but open mic Zoom comedy shows, that's just cruel. Like that is like I feel like we would have gotten anything we needed out of those motherfuckers in Guantanamo if we had if we had this available back then. Oh my God, he's in a cave. I don't know. Just fucking stop with your hot takes. But I did one open mic Zoom. It was pretty unforgettable. I was going up next, and the guy went up in front of me. He was a legitimate adult. He was a male porn star, and his name was Rod Johnson, which I thought that was kind of cute. I thought it was like a little on the nose, like 2 penis euphemisms for one name, like was Shafty did get taken. Like I feel like, I understand that pornography is not the business of subtlety, but again, it was just a little on the nose for me. So anyway, Rod goes up and and this was his first time. This was my first time seeing him because it's his first time doing comedy. And I don't know Mr. Johnson's work in his regular job. I've never seen him because look, he's a black guy, and that's just one of my things. I can't watch porn if it doesn't look like me down there. That's just a little bugaboo of mine. Because the thing is, like, porn is about fantasy. I'm supposed to lose yourself into the scene, and it's hard for me to like lose myself in a scene where it looks like the girl is like hungrily backing into a cop's flashlight, because that's what it looks like you got down there. That's not what I was billed with. I'm sorry, and I hope that's not racist that I don't watch black porn. I really hope so, because I want to be a good ally in all this. I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be on the right side of history. Like I saw someone post an article on Facebook the other day, and it was like, white people, if you're doing one of these 5 things, you're part of the problem. And I was like, oh God, I hope that's not one of them. Like if it's racist to not watch black porn, like I'm gonna do it, but I'm like my sound bar. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this. All right, we're gonna do it. Anyway, so Rod Johnson goes on, and it's not good. It's his first time. Nothing against that. But I usually I get like a little bummed out when it's like, oh my, the guy in front of you is bombing. It's like, I got to pick the whole show up. But I wasn't upset because I was like, you know what? Rod's probably not going to get any laughs, but I'll tell you one thing: this motherfucker is going to finish on time, and that's a goddamn. This guy knows how to wrap up a scene when he needs to. I haven't seen Rod since, but I hope he continues his comedy journey, because I just want to see him perform live. I would love to see him on stage live in front of an audience, and then he gets like the 2-minute light from the back, and then he just thinks like, oh shit, is it time to finish? And he just whips it out, and like, the host is gonna have to like push him off stage before he turns the front row into like a filthy Gallagher show. Anyway, That was fun. And here's the frustrating part for me, guys, because I've been telling that joke for a couple weeks now. We've got 13 other participants in this call. I'll be happy if I get like 1 or 2 followers out of this, but I guarantee you, every fucking one of you is gonna Google Rod Johnson the second this show. That's the part that hurts. Anyway, guys, thanks so much. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for letting me hang out.
Paul Conyers.
Conyers. Very funny, very funny. Mike, we should tell everybody on Monday nights we have an open mic, just a fun event to attend. So check that out, our open mic comedy show on Monday.
How can you resist with that plug that Paul just gave us?
Right, yeah. Enjoy open mic comedy. Right, Mike's works out really well. It's actually a good show. Mike, I think we're having a pretty great night here tonight. I know we haven't gotten to giving away prizes and stuff, and it's time to plug next week's show. Next week's show is the California Virtual Highway Patrol. Remember that time, Mike? You and I served in the California Virtual Highway Patrol. So we're going to go back to that episode and parody ships, essentially. As many Eric Estrada references as we can make. Jay Kovis, Alex Vo are the comedians. Julianne Heng is going to appear. Very funny people. September 20th. Oh, I have the wrong date in there. I'll have to fix that. September 20th, we have virtual leaf peeping. We're going up to New Hampshire to do some leaf peeping. So please join us for that. We're going to start at Hampton Beach and cruise up the Kangamangas Highway. And then October 11th, Laugh Boat. And stay tuned for a New Year's Eve show so that we're going to party on New Year's Eve. Mike, during the show, we'd like to say thank you to our VIPs. Coming up, Jonathan Solomon, our headliner. First, we should say thanks to Stacy Sanders, today's celebratory VIP, and Rachel, your friend. We're celebrating Rachel. And then Rick Siegel in the crowd. Classic VIP. So nice to see Rick Siegel. Our VIPs get cool gifts today, including Texas. We're just giving you Texas. So you get to imagine owning Texas today, as well as this steak board with Yorkshires. That chef made these for you, special. And then if it's too hot, we got you firefighter. And I believe I'm not quite sure what gender. And I think that's you just enjoy whatever firefighter, whatever's in that uniform. That's yours to imagine and enjoy. And when we give away gifts, we want to remind you that we donate 10% of your general admission ticket or your VIP ticket to a terrific organization called Elevating Connections. We spoke to them earlier, but we'd like to find out a little bit more. Stacy Sanders, please welcome Stacy Sanders, everybody, from Elevating Connections.
Hello again, everybody. Thank you, Chuck. So, like I said earlier, we are 5 years old and we're celebrating the mission, which is to reunite siblings separated in foster care. And it's been a bit since I really explained why that's so important. So I'm going to do that real quick. The importance of the sibling relationship, for those of you that have siblings, or someone that you consider to be a sibling, it's the longest relationship most of us are ever going to have. It's the relationship that we are most connected to, the people that we build memories with and tell stories to and get frustrated with and fight with and then make up with. And we learn how to have healthy relationships, or not sometimes, with our siblings. But that's the connection. And as we grow up and our parents get older and we have to care for them or they pass on, the connection and the touchstones are our siblings. And so when we created Elevating Connections, we did it because, one, nobody in the state of Colorado was focusing on the sibling relationship. So here we are 5 years later saying we must focus on this because kids in foster care who are separated are further traumatized, and we needed to step up. So we get to provide different, we run a summer camp. So this year's the year of pivot because it's 2020 and good God. So we've had to change everything. So we've done virtual poetry jams for our older youth to speak their truth. We did a day camp instead of an overnight camp. for our siblings. And we reunited 21 siblings at day camp, which was no small feat in the land of COVID. And happily, nobody got COVID. So we did it right.
Nice.
And now we've got coming up an event next weekend that Colorado Comedy Shows helped pay for. And we're working on a birthday party in October, because one of the things that happens for siblings who are separated, they don't celebrate their birthdays together. So we're going to throw them a birthday party in October with some help from all of you in Colorado Comedy Shows. So I just wanted to focus on the sibling relationship and why we started Elevating Connections. And that's it.
I'm glad, Stacy. It's important, folks. If you're motivated, go to elevatingconnections.org and feel free to donate. And we'll take you. Chef prepared this for the birthday party. Look, if you want to have a virtual birthday party with us, Chef is happy to prepare all sorts of cakes and surprises for your birthday party. So, Stacy, we're working on your virtual birthday party and your virtual event. Here, a photo of Mike attending the first Elevating Connections birthday party.
That's my dress. How did you get that picture?
I jumped out of a cake at that party, by the way.
And then here are all the kids gathered at the very first Elevating Connections birthday.
Those are the first 35 of my children.
Thank
He's why I had to start it, Mike. You're why I had to start this.
Right. And you know, thanks to everybody donating and such, we've helped Stacy raise more money than ever at the Poetry Jam. So hopefully we can continue to do that. We donate 10% of our virtual events. So if you do private events, if you need one, that's really where we're able to raise a lot of money for Stacy. So it works out really well. Book your private event with us. We have a very attentive staff. Our private event catering staff includes bartenders, and there's Chef Mark Scapone. He's outstanding, just world renowned. And then so Gladys's cousin works over in the diner. We have a late night coffee shop if you want to get coffee after your virtual event. And Gladys's niece, who she won't even tell us her name. She works in the back bar, hasn't smiled since 1996. Our virtual event center, we've got all kinds of space for you, large and small, 100-seat venues. We have 25-seat breakout rooms, and here's Mike's green room. Very
wow. You think it's a little much?
Nope. And then our new virtual event center coming to hold up to 300 seats, thanks to new clients. The more people, the more you book, the more we're able to raise.
Chuck and I at a party?
For Stacy. We do fireworks. So, later on, I'll see if we can't rig up the virtual fireworks for everybody. Those of you in the balcony have been so attentive. Thank you so much. We also have gifts and prizes for you, Caleb and Ian and gang, your guests. Today we got you hibachi, just virtual hibachi. You get to imagine going to hibachi. Next time you're hungry and you're like, I don't want to cook. I am virtually tired of cooking. Just cash in this memory and attend virtual hibachi. So enjoy.
Put your hand on the grill.
Right. That's we work long and hard to make sure you have the best in virtual prizes and events. We stream the show on Colorado Comedy Shows at YouTube and such. And Mike, I think we have just a few more things to point out. This is brand new. Guests of the Apocalypse stay at the Shangri-La Fijian Resort in Unuka Island, Fiji. That's where everybody feel free to stay tonight. All of our comedians.
Fun fact, this is the highest point on that island.
Right, general admission guests, just feel anybody, VIP, there's no distinction. You just enjoy the pool, imagine yourself taking a dip. Comedians, we've also got an extra special residence for you, the Colorado Comedy Shows Hotel downtown. Feel free to stay. And then your headliner, we've put him up at this residence. He's joining us for a series of shows across the next month. So I got him a little spot in Capitol Hill. and this is a little back alley entrance, so he can hide like the celebrity he is. And you know, in case there's any late night reading opportunities out on the patio, feel free to use that cool award lamp you decide for
Oh
Gile.
my God. Doc.
For Gile, my
Doc.
Right.
Talk about this.
Right. What can I do? You know, it's he's your friend, a VIP. We're really lucky to have him, and I just thought, you know, he better have, you know, we ought to get him a light. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I think it's time to introduce our headliner tonight. Really appreciate this guy dropping in for some killer comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome Jonathan Solomon?
Hey, thank you. I'm worried. I'm just worried that there's a pause with me talking. Is it coming? Is it okay? I'm watching on the screen. It's like I'm moving and then the thing's moving. Is the audio okay?
That is happening.
It's like a Godzilla movie.
No, it's like Mike Rowe's bit about a Godzilla movie.
That's right.
I'll just leave. I don't know what the deal is. I'll just leave longer pauses, I guess, that for the laughs that hopefully would be coming. So yeah, so I didn't know I was a headliner. I thought that was happening, but it's great. I'll tell you. My name's Jonathan Solomon. That means probably, you know, I'm a Jewish comic, although that is my showbiz name that I chose to seem less Jewish. My real name is.
No.
So if you see me after the show, just come up and say, "Hi, Hanukkah, how are you?" I'm actually in a down mood tonight, which makes, but I was so glad that people talked about like depression and real stuff. I just don't think America's a great place to be anything, but any Americans like have to be up. The way you know that is America's, do you know what America's game is? It's a Wheel of Fortune. And if you ever watch Wheel of Fortune, those are the uppest people. Like they hit bankrupt and they applaud. And the introductions, you know, it's like Pat says, "Tell us about yourself." And the person says, "Well, I'm divorced. I just found out I have Lou Gehrig's disease and I'm so glad to be here." And everybody just goes, happy, happy, happy. Who's going to be the person who just, you know, they hit bankrupt and they take Vanna hostage? I'm waiting for that episode. Got a gun to her head. Give me all the vowels. But, I'm not to get too political here. I'm not going to talk about Trump. You could probably guess I'm not. But here's the thing about Trump. It's not about Trump. It's about the media talking about Trump. Today was a Sunday and they had the shows on, you know, the chat shows, and people were saying, shockingly, Trump did such and such today. Shockingly? Have they not gotten used to this? Like they say, we'll be back with a story that shockingly Donald Trump didn't disassociate himself from a conspiracy. And I'm like, what are they going to say else is coming up after the news? And in other news, Japan surrenders. And just the reporters themselves, when they sort of say it genuinely, you know, I was shocked. I was like, do these people just, is it a Trump thing or do they just not get everybody? Like, what are they doing in their off hours? Hitting on nuns? Trying to sell Amway to meth heads? Are they in line at Fat Burger going, so what's the tofu today? It's all, you know, not to, I guess I will get a little political. To me, it's, that was great. Ned was talking about taking down the statue. I think they should start with the Statue of Liberty. Take down the Statue of Liberty, because I've never felt like the Statue of Liberty is the statue for democracy. But America's the capital. It should be a statue for capitalism. Like, I don't even think the American statue should be American. It shouldn't even be in the port of New York. It should be in a man-made lake in Idaho. I'd like to see the American statue should be a drunk sorority girl with a tattoo that says Kardashians forever, and she wants to fuck me, but I know her dad's the sheriff.
Oh yeah.
That's sort of more American to me. And you can't, and even on a personal basis, you can't be unhappy in this country. And this happens in my own. Incidentally, about family stuff. Yesterday, my family had a. Has your family's been doing this? Like the whole family gets together on Zoom.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. We're learning. What's happening in the Solomon family is or the Ben circumcision family. We're learning way too much about each other. You know, it's like every visit, there's like something like, no wonder Aunt Sally's always been so much fun. She's an alcoholic. I thought she slept on the lawn because she was outdoorsy. Way too much I'm learning. But the thing is, in my family, even though they're Jews, you'd think they'd be used to misery, but you can't be unhappy in my family. You can't be unhappy. Like if you say to someone in my family, I'm depressed, they'll go, well, at least you got your health. And, no, I don't have my health. I'm very unwell. And they say, well, at least it's treatable. No, it's not treatable. It turns out it's a curable disease. And well, at least it's not fatal. No, it is fatal. I'm going to be dead soon. Well, you're surrounded by your loved ones. No, not really. I don't love any of you. Well, you had a good life. No, I had a horrible life. Well, at least soon you'll be dead. No, the chances are I'm going to fall into an endless coma while you'll be out of your pain. No, it's a coma with excruciating pain. And then my family would just say, well, thank God I'm not you. Which is sort of the American thing. Back to America is there's homeless people by the 7-Eleven where I am, and I always think homeless people, they're sort of like the reference point for Americans. Like at least I'm not that guy. I don't know what to say to the homeless people. There's always this thing with homeless people where they ask you for money, and I do this thing where I go, like, what does that mean? Like, I got no money either. Yeah, the Rolex, I won it playing whack-a-mole. The car, no, I'm just doing a charity thing where I drive a car all the time. The homeless, you know what the homeless people should do? They should ask for something besides money. They should ask for like something that people who have money would feel upset. You know, they say, can you spare some change? I don't have a DVR. Then would be like, oh my God, in a country like ours. Oh wait, I don't want to wait. Hang on, I got it together this time. So I'm gonna wrap up on what did I want to wrap up on? Hang on. Oh yes, I've decided I'm doing the COVID thing much more seriously than I was, because I get it now that you can get all this sort of stuff. So I'm wearing my mask all the time. One good thing happened. I went to Ralph's, which is our supermarket here, and even with the mask on, I flirted with this woman, and it's great because she gave me her email and I gave her my phone number, and now we're gonna have a date on Zoom, which will be fun because I'll get to find out what she looks like. Also could have made a big mistake because I think I gave her the impression I was really wealthy because as we were checking out, I bought 2 packages of toilet paper. I don't mean to be dishonest there, but what did I want to say? Well, you know, I'm just gonna go totally different way here at the end. I'm just gonna go to pretend it's like we're in a nightclub and it's like, I'm just gonna totally change the script here. So I'm gonna do some jokes about sex to wrap up. So and I'm gonna need like a polling thing. So I'll do one of my ladies and gentlemen, who do you think enjoys sex more, men or women?
Man.
Man, for sure. Man.
You got men?
Man.
No. Now I got men. Just
how many people are in the room?
What was Chuck's line?
No, it was Rick. It was Rick Siegel.
Rick Siegel.
Into the show.
Oh, No, the thing, men just think about sex. Well, men want to have sex so we can stop thinking about sex. Like there's always those articles, how do I find a man who's just not interested in sex? Locate a guy who's just had some. Opportunity right there. Women, I think women enjoy the sex more because they have more erogenous zones. Women have lots of them. You know, they're in fancy building, like place you wouldn't expect, behind the knee, out in the car, by the glove compartment. Guys have one erogenous zone that's this big, and women, I don't know. Women, women don't seem to. I was once having sex with a woman years ago, and she passionately kissed my shoulder, and I was like, "You are way off." That's my shoulder. That's as hard as it gets. And that's my time. Hopefully, with some video image and sound together.
Right.
So, thank you.
Jonathan Solomon, ladies and
Jonathan
gentlemen.
Solomon. I'm wearing
Quite the headliner.
I'm wearing the mask because I'm kind of digging the mask. I hate the COVID. I hate the pandemic, but I like the mask because here's with the mask. You know,
right? Fierce Mike Langworthy.
What?
Fierce, very fierce, like Nancy Pelosi.
Maybe a silver fox with the mask.
Right, definitely.
Silver fox.
Is that Martin Sheen?
Handsome, possibly handsome. Without the mask, you kids get off my lawn.
Thanks to everybody for letting us talk about elevating connections tonight. You're right. Yay for Stacy. You do great work. I'm glad we're connected. Hi to Steve Lavin watching on the YouTube. We're the ApocaLips Comedy Show. We're brought to you by Colorado Comedy Shows. There's more fun, everybody. We're wrapping up the comedy show soon. It'll be time to say goodbye to the YouTube audience as we walk you to the exit. Remember, we're still doing a sing-along. Mike doesn't know the words. He leads us in a grand finale sing-along. He doesn't know the tune or the words first. We just got to get you to our exits. Caution as you exit the apocalypse, everybody. The neighborhood is struggling. So, you know, be safe. Let us walk you to your car or take advantage of many of the goods and services available to you by our local late night entrepreneurs. Right? And my ride's here. So look, when you see the guy in gold, normally we shut off the YouTube, but we've had so much fun and we have fun at the beginning of the YouTube singing along. So I'm going to let the YouTube people stick around, get the VIP experience. We're just going to sing the big grand finale. Follow Mike's Golden Globe. Mike will lead us in song. He doesn't know the words and he doesn't know the tune, but if you just follow the bouncing Golden Globe, Mike Langworthy will sing the song. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Langworthy with our big finale.
Happy
Labor Day to you. You work really hard. You do a good job. That's why we salute you. You did a good job. Except for that night. You know who you are.
Making an exception.
You was great.
Step up your game next time.
Do that again. Step up your game.
Step up your game next time.
Rhymes with Fred.
Because everyone else was cool.
Everyone else was cool. Shadoobie.
Shadoobie wop wop.
Shadoobie wop wop. That's it, y'all. That's the apocalypse.
Beautiful.
Thanks, YouTube.
Wonderful.
Bye, all.